Hello, data enthusiasts. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be looking at a very interesting topic: how to connect to SQLITE database on your mobile phone using your Python environment on your mobile phone. First and foremost, what is SQLITE? SQLITE is a database just like MySQL, PostgreSQL database, and so on. Now, this database is a lightweight database. That's why it's called SQLITE. It's a lightweight database, and this makes it very compatible with a mobile phone. All the query you can perform on MySQL and all those other databases, you can also perform it on SQLITE database. Now, the wonderful thing about this is that SQLITE database comes by default on your Android phone. So most Android phone comes with SQLITE database by default. So with this in our mind, what we need to do now is what to use to connect to it. So we're going to be using a Python environment to connect to it. Now, in my previous video, I've showed us how to download SQLITE3 on your mobile phone and set it up. I will drop the link in the description. So once you have your SQLITE3 on your mobile phone, you can use that SQLITE3 using Python code to connect to your SQLITE database. So sit back and watch the video and enjoy it. So to connect to the SQLITE database on an Android phone, first and foremost, you have to import SQLITE3. So you have to import the SQLITE3 library or package. Then you create a variable. Now I decided to call my variable SQLITE connection. Now look at the comments: connect to a SQLITE database or create one if it doesn't exist. So what this line of code does is it connects to the SQLITE3 database and creates music.db database if it doesn't exist. But if there's already a music.db database on your Android phone, then it connects to it by default. So this is the variable that is carrying out the connection. So the connect function does the connection to the SQLITE3 database. So this comment says, if SQLITE3 makes a connection with Python program, then it will print connected to SQLITE. So that's what this print statement does. So if this is successfully executed, it will print this. And then once you open a SQL connection, make sure you always close it. So once you finish opening the connection, in this space, you can decide to write any query you want to write. Then after writing all your query and executing them, make sure you also put the close. So this close function is what closes the connection. Don't forget, this is the variable that carried out the connection. You can see it here. So we call the close function on it, and it closes the connection. And once it's closed, this statement is printed: the SQLITE connection is closed. So this is how to connect to an SQLITE database using your Python environment on your mobile phone. Now, just to take note, whenever you are creating the connection, make sure you can see this folder Python scripts. That is where all my Python scripts are. Then in this folder SQL, that is where all my SQL scripts are. So make sure the script where you will be writing the code for the connection to the database is saved in the same folder with the database itself. So you can see the music database is in the same folder with the connect database. You can see it here. This is the code that connected to the database. So take note of this.